Shortcuts. Many people like shortcuts. Many people don't like shortcuts. There is so many different shortcuts in life that you can take to get somewhere much quicker. I can remember growing up as a child or a young teenager. I used to take shortcuts in order to get to a place much faster. And it came in handy when it came down for me to take that shortcut. But you cannot shortcut your way through life. You got people out there right now that will rather go and take a shot in order to lose weight, or will rather go out there and go under the knife in order to lose weight, when the only thing that they could have done from the start was push the plate back. Stop eating so unhealthy. Stop drinking. Stop smoking. And I know it's easier said than done, but quitting a habit does not fall off of you overnight. Same thing when it comes down to the weight on your body. It don't fall off overnight. It's still going to take hard work and dedication in order to even maintain your goal. See, when you take that shortcut in life, what are you going to do when you get there? What are you going to do when the shortcut no longer works anymore? Like, when I was a child, I used to take shortcuts through alleys in order to get to a place much faster. There used to be a shortcut through this apartment complex that I used to take. And we took this shortcut for years. Grown-ups and also children took this shortcut in order to get to one apartment complex to another apartment complex. And these other apartment complexes, besides those apartment complexes, were old. They were raggedy, vacant. No one really stayed there. Maybe 25 tenants stayed at these apartment complexes because they were run down and also raggedy. To make a long story short, years went by. Those tenants moved out of those apartment complexes, and someone bought those apartment complexes, and the apartment complex was demolished, tore down. There was no longer an apartment complex there at that location. And guess what, you all? That shortcut went along with that property. Now, you were still able to take that shortcut for a little moment in order to get to one side to the other much quicker. But as time went by, new construction began to come in on that property. They started building the foundation, laying down the concrete, so on and so forth. Y'all know how it be out there when construction is going on at a job site somewhere, or they may be building a house or apartment complex. They began to build another apartment complex there beside those apartment complexes. These apartment complexes were so big that they had to block off the shortcut in order to even expand the room for these new apartment complexes that they were building. To make a long story short on that, that shortcut eventually went away. And eventually, you had to take the long route around in order to get to where you needed to go. See, shortcuts only last for a moment. Shortcuts can sometimes be a hindrance to you. Shortcuts can sometimes be the exact thing that keeps you lazy, keeps you off of your grind, keeps you not wanting to do more because you know that you got that shortcut right there just in case. But one thing about life is when those shortcuts begin to deteriorate in your life and they are no longer there to serve your purpose, you have no choice. Matter of fact, you got two choices. Give up or take the long route around. And giving up is not an option. See, one thing about taking the long route, you begin to see things that you did not see before. You may say, I didn't know that was over there. I did not know that was over there. I found this on the way leaving my location. I found this, I found that. You begin to see different things by taking another path instead of that shortcut. If you understand what I'm saying, and also if you are catching my drift. If you were to ask me, let me go ahead and make this for an example. I work out 4 to 5 days a week. Some days it's rough, and some days it's hard. Did you hear what I said? Some days it is rough, and some days it is hard. The rough days are difficult, even more difficult than my hard days. Working out is not easy. It does not matter who may say working out is easy. Working out sometimes can get very difficult. And I run up and down a ramp all day long at my job, delivering groceries inside of restaurants. It's a very physical, matter of fact, it's a physical job. So my job is a workout also. And I go home and still do my push-ups and my sit-ups and lift my weights and stuff like that because I want to stay in shape. I could have took the easy way out and went out there and got some liposuction and get some abs and get all of that garbage pumped into my arms and stuff like that, trying to get some fake muscles, fake triceps and biceps and abs and forearms. I could have went that route. But that route has a lot of different, how do you put that word? It has a lot of side effects by me taking that route if I was to go that route. If I was to inject my arms with anything, I could get sick. If I go out there and get liposuction, I could gain my weight back and look worse than what I did before. There are so many different side effects that can happen to a person when they are taking shortcuts through their weight loss journey or their weightlifting journey. But that's not what this story is 100% about. People, you have to know how to go through the struggle in order to appreciate the gain that you get from working hard, if it makes sense. If you work hard for it, most likely you will appreciate what you work hard for way much more than you would if somebody was to just throw it out there to you and just give it to you. I said this before in one of my videos. If you teach a man how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime. But if you feed a man a fish for that day, he can only eat for that day. What is he going to do after he eat that fish that day? When his nutrition begin to die out on his body or her body, what is that person going to do then? Because they want somebody to do something for them. They can't do anything for themselves. The shortcuts will make you lazy. But the hard work will show you the results that you need. I don't care what you say. Taking that shortcut will have many different side effects on your life. So if you were to ask me, go ahead and take the long route around. go ahead and do it the natural way through everything in your life. You got people out there right now can't even really go on a real date. They go on dating apps in order to meet somebody. They can't even go up to somebody and say hey to them. They're scared. Scared. Want to take a shortcut. Hey, baby, what's up? Passport broke. I got money. That's the only thing that you can lead with. And when you get somebody, you're talking about they're using you. Of course, you idiot. Because you are leading with your money instead of your integrity and also your personality. A person has to fall in love with your personality, not just your money. And money is important when it comes down to a relationship. Nobody wants to be around a broke joker, a broke, bum, begging woman or man. Nobody wants that. If you do, something is wrong with you in your mind. Maybe you are a simp. Women are simps, and also men are simps also. It all goes in both genders. But people, stop taking shortcuts and do it the right way, and also the slow and best way, so you can get the best results at the end of the day. You can cook cakes all day long in an easy bake oven, but it will never amount to cooking a real cake inside of a regular conventional oven, because it takes time in order to bake that cake inside of that conventional oven or that regular oven, whatever type of oven, because that cake is going to be good. It's going to be moist. It's going to be thick. It's going to have all that icing on it. It's going to be sweet. It's going to have everything that you want in a cake if you was to bake that cake the correct way. But if you put it in that easy bake oven, it may still be sweet. It may still taste good, but the quality is way much different. Same thing when it comes down to life. The shortcuts, the quality may not be as good. But the hard route, the quality may be so great to the point that it may shock you. Y'all leave a comment on this video and let me know exactly what you all think about this, because this truly was on my heart. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Y'all have a good one.